The transportation campaign for World Horse Welfare was our founding issue, and therefore it's a campaign that has made huge progress over the years. And part of that progress is very much down to engaging the experts in this field. Our hope for the meeting is twofold. One, it's around expert opinion, being able to gather this group of experts together to find their opinion on some core questions that we feel we need to answer within the campaign. And also then to be able to look at the research requirements or opportunities that may flow out of that.
This meeting's necessary to pull together the experts who are currently looking at these issues to do with dehydration, the provision of water for horses that are being transported for slaughter, but also issues to do with exhaustion.
In order to make any progress with the conditions under which horses are transported long distances for slaughter, and in particular, in order to persuade the Commission to introduce short, finite general limits, we have got to have evidence. The evidence has been accumulated over years, but it needs to be scientifically based. We need to go further than that and to bring in experts into our discussions who have their own views on where we're going, what we're doing, and whether we're on the right course, and whether they can recommend to us particular avenues that we should pursue, which underlines and underpins our overall objective, and that is to shorten journeys for animals for slaughter.
Well, the concept of bringing experts together and stakeholders, people who are interested in this issue, to debate and discuss this complex issue of transportation of slaughter horses and dealing with slaughter horses in a humane way is really intriguing. In the United States, I think we botched it. Basically shut the plants down and pressure shut our horse slaughter plants down, and as a result they're now exported to Mexico and to Canada, and that's greatly increased the travel times that we now have, probably 16-18 hours from the US border into Mexico, into the Mexican plants. So there's no question now that we have probably a situation that's worse than before, and probably as many or more horses being slaughtered but being transported much longer.
To meet other researchers, other professionalism that work in this field, and to have a transversal read of the problem, to solve the problem. And there are no other so important meeting, and I will be pleased to be here to listen and to learn.
We're at the halfway stage in this meeting today. I think it's going very well. We've got a lot of different expertise here, different backgrounds. We've got people who worked on the research side. We've got people who've actually been involved in the trade. And of course, we've got people from World Horse Welfare here who've got a lot of experience in this as well. The purpose of this meeting obviously is to try and now see what's the most effective way forward so that we can get improvements in welfare in as short a time as possible.
So coming here looked like a really great opportunity to hear about your issues, your conditions in Europe and how the European Union is handling it. It looks to me like you're handling it in a much more rational way. At least you're bringing interested parties together, allowing them to discuss what the science is and what the industry and market seems to be.
I think we've had an excellent meeting today. We discussed quite a wide range of topics, and I think not only detailed measures of the welfare of transported animals, particularly focusing on dehydration and exhaustion, but we've also been sort of trying to understand about how we can apply those to maybe bring about changes in policy or changes in the behaviour of the people actually involved in the transportation of horses. So it feels very positive.
Well, it's been a very important day. We've been very fortunate in getting together some of the great brain power of this country who are interested in the welfare of horses and the effect of transportation, particularly of slaughter animals across Europe.
We recognise that the ambition to move from a live horse trade to a carcass trade needs to be the end point for this project, and we should aim to have horses slaughtered locally, avoiding the need for long distance transport, and then move those carcasses long distances rather than moving the live horse. So with regard to some more specific ideas for what next, we were very interested in the apparent problems and the difficulties in measuring the welfare of horses during transport, and we're very keen on the idea of developing behavioural measures or ethograms to understand how horses react to different transport conditions, so that through behaviour measures we can come up with a really good understanding of what constitutes bad practice, what's better practice, and ideally what's best practice. So if we want to come up with evidence to change the regulation, that should be driven through data collected on a behaviour basis from these horses as they're going through the transport process from collection points all the way through to the abattoir.
The experts very openly discussed the existing research and what was needed from the day, and we were able to, I think, distill some simple ideas that we were able to then pass on to the group, and hopefully that will have achieved the objectives that we were set as rapporteurs.
The key successes of today were bringing together some eminent experts, both from the UK but also from the States and from Italy, to talk about some of the key issues. The next steps for the developments are to look at how we can move forwards with the research, and also to develop a report that we can actually send to the European Commission. We also are looking at things like guidance that we can offer to the control posts on issues such as water provision. One of the concerns we have at the moment is the level of dehydration, or the signs of dehydration we're seeing at the 24-hour rest stops. One of the things we want to try and encourage is constant access to water, and that was very much underpinned by the experts here today. Today's meeting was really important for World Horse Welfare in terms of leading this campaign. We believe in finding and obtaining clear evidence and building a solid case for change. You can only do that by engaging the experts within the field, and also looking at where the gaps in research are, so that we can actually underpin this and produce recommendations that will improve the situation for these horses.